Absolutely, and it's probably the single biggest disaster for our economy. It's the single biggest disaster for our drive to attract investment into South Africa, and it's the single biggest killer of jobs here in the country.
Do you have any real evidence that investment has been put off as a result?
No, absolutely. There's been a number of motor manufacturers here who've curtailed their expansion plans because they are concerned about the certainty of supply. There's been a number of existing international investors that have moved out of the country, unable to keep their factories going, stifled by a terrible visa regime, and of course now hampered by government red tape as well.
But this didn't happen overnight.
No.
I mean, this sort of electricity issue didn't occur. So what went wrong?
So the warnings were there in 2007. Eskom itself published documentation saying that around about 2015, if there wasn't a massive reinvestment in power stations, in the transmission services and the supply services, that we would start at a crisis point where blackouts would become an eventuality. And they got the date spot on.
But the ability of your party to capitalise on this has been somewhat limited.
Yes, but I mean, I don't think it's been as bad as it has got in the last 3 years. And if one looks at the last round of local government elections, the ANC fell below 50% at a national level for the first time in post-94 South Africa. They lost control of large urban centres around the country, and their support has continued to decline in by-elections since then.
But your party still is not appealing to the lower to middle class black voters in the numbers you need, and even less so in rural parts. Isn't that your big problem?
Well, I think it has been a problem, but as I said, things are shifting quite significantly. In rural Transkei, we won wards off the ANC in the Eastern Cape. In places like Butterworth a few months ago, a really rural town, we were able to increase our support by 300%. The same in places like Langa here in Cape Town. So the more we drive issues that matter to these ordinary South Africans, things like spiralling inflation, things like better service delivery, things like ensuring better schools, it's starting to shift voters' perceptions and voting patterns significantly.
This is sort of the toughest aspect of it, though. Can the DA win with a white leader?
Of course it can, just as Rishi Sunak can win as an Asian leader, and just as Barack Obama can win as a black leader in countries where the ethnic groups are not necessarily the majority. I think more and more South Africans are looking absolutely towards who's going to deliver services, who's going to keep the lights on. They're less concerned about the colour of the person doing it.
I guess we won't know until you're replaced.
Exactly. But we've been down this road before. We've had a black leader in the party, and it was one of our worst election results. So this myth that you get black votes with a black leader is not borne out by the facts, and the 2019 election proved that quite substantially.
South Africa has managed to put itself into a very difficult position with Russia and Ukraine at the moment. Now, I would expect you to say you don't support the government's position to do military exercises with Russia. But don't they have a point, the government? Better to be friends with all.
Well, they're not friends with all, and they're cloaking their treachery in a cloud of neutrality. There's nothing neutral about this government's position. They are in the Russian camp. On the night of the invasion, our defense minister was at the Russian embassy at a cocktail party. We're doing these maneuvers. We refuse to condemn what Russia has been doing. It's not about being friends with both sides. This government has fundamentally taken a side in this, and it's with Russia.
But if you were the boss, if you're the president, how would you now negotiate that exact position of not wanting to offend Russia, but at the same time wanting to keep the West on side?
Well, I wouldn't be trying to play the two against each other. I would go back to my foundational values contained in my own country's constitution around things like sovereignty and territorial independence. And I would be using those values to guide the country's position.